Alright, what's up guys? Today I'll be showing you how you can get all of the vector validation badges, including the brand new Part 3 vector validation badge. And with the two bonus badges that aren't really supposed to be around right now, but the two extra vector validation badges, including the old one from 2020. So, first thing you want to do is you just want to walk right into the elevator and you'll be teleported down to this floor. And there's all these messages, a bunch of them, and all this text, but you don't need to read that. So there is this first door, and you don't need anything to go in, so just pretty much go in, and there it says November 27th, 2020, and just jump into the painting right there. You'll be teleported to a different game, but it's pretty much the first game because there's three different games and each game has 7 orbs. So you'll be teleported to the first game, and yeah, pretty much he just says a whole bunch of stuff. And then first thing that you're gonna want to do is walk through that wall. If you know, you probably know because Bear Alpha, it's a pretty well-known secret. And just follow what I do when I walk down into the sewage domain, and the map is pretty tilted, so it's not going to be easy to navigate, especially going up and down the ladders, but it's fine. So make sure that you go up the ladder right here, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And then at that Sam photo, just keep going straight and then take a right. And then when you see this water right there, that's a good sign. You're going the right way. And then turn right. There'll be an orange box ahead of you and a yellow behind you. So keep going towards the orange box. And then there will be an orb. Your first orb. And this one is glowing in the first game. Second and third game, they don't glow. They're just kind of like, yeah, they look the same except they don't glow. So there you have the first out of the 7 orbs, and next thing you're gonna want to do is you actually need to get out of here, but you also need to do it in a way where you progress to the next map. So there's also a certain way. So follow what I do again and drop down where the yellow box is instead, and those green, I'm not sure, maybe garbage bags or sludge puddles. Walk all the way up that hallway, and then I'm pretty sure you have to take a right. Okay, so don't take either of these two on the right. Take the third one of the hallway and make sure that there's that blue thingy on the roof and then the green orb in that bottom right. So climb up and then do the same thing over and over. Okay, so now you are up here, and here's an OG badge. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, it's an old badge, and it was like called the funny, but not the funny, the other funny. But anyways, you gotta walk across this long part, and it has April Fool's Bear on it. Then go down all these tables, and there will be a dropper right there with Veggie Bear. So try and position yourself correctly. It's gonna be hard to land. Like I barely just landed right there, and now you'll be in System Crypt. So in System Crypt, yet again, you have to follow what I do once more. So don't take a left, take a right, and just kind of weave around this large object. There's gonna be this odd shaped, I think it's a tree. I've never really known what they are in System Crypt, but I'm pretty sure it's a tree, and I think it's like maybe you went down there with like a hazmat team because they kind of elaborate and say about that, like talk about it in Bear Star. But don't take a right by this box. Go into this sort of hidden area, and then just keep going straight, and there will be the large gray box. So when you're on this box, the green lab kind of place beside it will be blocked off. So just keep walking straight. You'll be in this other hidden zone. And then you're going to want to keep going over to this green zone. And then once you exit, it doesn't really matter whether you keep going straight or turn right and keep going towards the green zone. It'll be the same way. Like you'll still go to the same part. And pretty much the green guy on the floor, you're just going to want to go sort of up to him, but take a left before you do. And there'll be some text on the wall, pretty much just elaborating and saying that it's there. So the orb will be right around the corner right here. I kind of personally like the glowing orbs better because they're easier to find. but it's okay. So, anyways, there's the rest of the map. There's a whole bunch of April Fool's stuff, but now I'm pretty sure you have to do a special exit route, but this time you have to fall really far. So it's right over here, and if you just take a right, or a left, I mean, if you take a left there and then a right upcoming soon, I think, after this left, I'm like almost positive there's a right. Please believe me. Yeah, this one. And then there's a big fat guy with greedy on his back. And then behind all these boxes with the badges on them, you don't get anything from them. There's a giant pit, so you just want to jump right down there and you'll be on malbear's face. And then after malbear's face, just jump onto the Halloween bears from, I think that's 2019. Anyways, yeah, go onto the Halloween bears and yeah, the returned icon, and then double down. I remember when that was a new game mode. Anyways, now go onto the even fatter blue guy, and this time, instead of going up to his head and going forward, you're gonna want to go actually down to his feet. So just let me turn around real quick. And there is an invisible barrier, sorry. And yeah, you can't really walk off of him and fall off. So just walk towards his toes, and then you'll be good. So pretty much, this is his. I think this is right foot, and you just want to drop off kind of between both of the feet. You can land on that white pad, the glowing white pad right there, and then that black hole. You're gonna want to go into it. It's not really a black hole, more like a black drop. Anyways, doesn't really matter. So there's the hallway. Just keep going down the hallway until you find the next fork in the road. Alright, so this is where you kind of need to follow the instructions. So go straight and go down instead of turning left earlier there. And then you're just going to want to go into this hallway, walk past the water, and then pretty much just keep going forward until, yeah, right there. It's pretty self-explanatory. There aren't too many other ways to go. But when you see those two green buttons there, that's a good sign. That means that you're on the right track. And just keep walking straight, and that red door in front means that you pretty much just you're really close. It's kind of what it's just saying. So basically this obby, it's from the those little PCs. I think they're PCs, like really tall servers or something. I have no idea. But over here is actually where you can escape, and the escape, it's actually pretty convenient because it's right beside where the orb is, and it's that tall bridge. I mean, long bridge right there. Sorry about that. So walk through the store, and then you're gonna want to take a right into this door. And you're going to want to enter the area that's usually blocked off, and then you're going to want to take a right. And the third door from the back over here is where the orb is, so right here. Any of you remember, that is where Ito was, till Connor 3D destroyed it. If you know, you probably know. Anyways, take the long bridge now, and jump down to Cheese Factory. I think this is Cheese. No, never mind. Never mind. This is the Cheese Corporation. So those doors over to your left, just go through them. There's nothing really tricking you. And those black squares on the ground aren't opened up this time. So that's pretty cool. You got to be pretty careful here because when you jump, you will hit your head on the roof. There's also the Rob computer. So just be very, very careful because if you hit your head or like you jump too early, you're gonna fall down and there's nowhere to land. So pretty much just take this path and then jump to the next set. It's like set or yeah, next row of desks and then go through here. now keep going forward and then take a left over here, and there will be the mystic body, and then there will be all these weird signs around. But don't pay attention. What you want to pay attention to is the door with Bairb's face on it. I guess bear, but that's the same sprite used for bear. It doesn't really matter. So take a right through this hallway, the gray one, and on top of the guy from System Crypt will be another orb. So go back to the mystic body right by the bear door, and just keep your keep your path going steady down the hallway, and there will be, oh shoot, no, I didn't mean to say the mystic body. That's in the next game, the part 2. But anyways, you're gonna want to take this exit route and then go over the OG bear star. I think that was a banner. Yeah, I miss those banners. Those are really cool. So jump onto the tall trees. Yeah, 4 out of the 3, I mean 4 with 3 left out of the 7. Go on the big trees, and then there will be this weird place. And also, a bunch of these maps aren't even in bear. Some of them are scrapped, and some of them are just like made, just for fun. So take this checkered tunnel on top of it, and then you're just gonna want to jump on top of the border, and don't do anything further. Like, don't. What I mean is, like, don't go into the pumpkin patch. Just stay on top of the border, and then you'll see Bald Martin. And after you see Bald Martin, this is where you this is where you want to kind of like lock in. You know, there's gonna be like a hidden door. I missed it the first time, so I had to look for it, but it's right here, right down there. So you just want to go down it. And there's more Bald Martin, the goat, and I think this is the Royal Egg of Bearers, the map. I think it is. I kind of recognize it. I don't really remember. So there's a cheese altar, but it's kind of open. It's kind of weird. Maybe some lore, but it doesn't really matter. Right now, it does not. So climb up the ladder, and then you'll be in this hallway. I'm pretty sure this was Royal Egg of Bears. Bearers. Because I remember, well, this kind of seems like Green Viking, but I do remember the Royal Egg of Bearers having the room with those pictures on the wall. That was pretty cool. I don't have Royal Egg of Bearers, believe it or not, on my main account, which is this one. I do have it on my alt, because I thought I already had it, and then the egg event ended, and I went to equip it, and it was not in my inventory. Anyways, if you're up here now, there is a secret door, and you're just going to want to go in there. I didn't do it in the video. I'm really sorry about that, but you're just going to want to go back through that door, and there will be an orb. Just click it, and you'll get it. So now you can just take this exit route that I'm doing for the exit of the checkered room. So once you're out of the checkered room, there will be the atrocity drawing. There's another big bridge with Bald Martin on it as well. But this time, wait, what was I gonna say? Whatever, it doesn't matter. So you're just gonna wanna take your path into here, and I just wanna say right underneath my cursor, I think, no, never mind. That's not an orb, but I was like on the next map, there is an orb in that exact same position. So just look out for that, because I missed it the first time, and it took me an entire hour of extra recording and disk storage on my little potato to take it, and yeah, I pretty much just recorded in a whole hour of just rambling around. So don't do that, and just go into the green area of the what's it called, subtle shuttle, and walk back here, and beside the moon there will be a blue orb. And I recognize this room a little bit, so if you guys know, just comment down below what it is, because I do recognize that moon being on all those shelves. But just pretty much get out of there and then jump on top of here, and there will be this small tunnel that turns to a big tunnel. You just want to walk all the way over that. It's pretty simple. It's kind of self-explanatory. Everything here sort of connects with each other. So yeah, just be sure of that. And when you're down here, there's gonna be Greedy on the wall. So Greedy, when he's there, just take a left in the there's gonna be like a big gap in the wall. Yeah, right there. So take this right over here, and then go past whatever that is. I think those are desks. And then go into the vents, and you will be in this hallway with arrows all over it. So it's very self-explanatory. Just follow the arrows until you get over here. There'll be a door that says 01, and red wires or lasers or whatever you want to call it. But the blue orb is in the door that says 01, and now you have all 7 of the orbs in the first world. So this is just nostalgia fuel in this room, but it is the way to get out. So go over to this old egg badge icon and just exit out of here. Now you'll be in this blue room, and in the blue room, you won't fall in this next spot, but you pretty much are going to be on this black part, and jump onto the large granite path, and you'll be in the bear museum. So just keep walking over all the mini maps that it shows until you're at the gears. Then when you're at the gears, you're just going to want to keep walking forwards, and then you will get the badge. You have to touch a badge and everything, but just, yeah, you'll get the badge. Don't worry about it. Right there. And there's Fat Vector. Yeah, there you go. Item unlocked, Vector Bear skin. So that is pretty sick. So now you've done the first part. Now since you have the badge, and yeah, since you have both badges, you can go in through here and take some time to actually look at what it is about, just in case you don't want to watch the rest of the video, because if you know what the badges are about, maybe it'll hint to what you need to do. Anyways, jump right into the pillar again, and now you'll be here. And this one this one really annoys me. There's no box there to hold you up, and you do have a speed boost, which sort of helps, but it also does make it a little bit more difficult in the end. And there's also the darkness effect from there, so you can't really see too far in front of you, and it does give you a big disadvantage later on. But for now, it'll be pretty much go to the wall and then jump down onto this little platform. Once you're down there, you're going to want to go through the gate, and then you can't go through this blue glass, and then drop down if you can, because the map is tilted. It will be a little difficult. And then go over to the left side of the wall, jump to the right, and then you're going to want to jump to the left. And then at the end of this hallway, there will be the weird sludgy orb that isn't glowing. It's kind of weird. I'm not a fan of it, but now you have 1 out of the 7 orbs, so I pretty much just reset, because there's not really a big use to go all the way back up when you keep your orbs, and it's only 1 map. So now just jump to the right, and jump this time, go to the right again. So jump into this little air pocket and land on System Crypt. And this is Alpha System Crypt, so don't be confused with Bear System Crypt, like Bear Star, because that one is, I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, it's much more complicated. But anyways, this time you're gonna want to jump and sort of slide along this wall. You can start to actually hang on it, but the hardest part about this is gonna be getting into the room, so that, and getting on that ladder. So this is gonna be a little bit difficult. You gotta jump from the torch onto that ladder without flying off of the map, and without clipping it on the side like I just did. So try and get up there like this, and then there will be a giant fat orb up here at the top. This one right here. Click it, and now you have 2 out of the orbs in the second map already. So quick, so fast. So epic. So pretty much you're just going to want to drop down from there now, and you're just going to want to jump to the oil canisters, and there is a barrier, so do not be scared to fall through. And the sign and that little studded thing, actually, they push you back, so you're just going to want to jump and constantly hold W or go forward, depending on what device you're on. And this part is pretty self-explanatory. It's just parkour over and over and over again. Don't overcomplicate it. It makes it much worse. And that spawn right there, do not touch it. It will instant kill you and reset you to the beginning. Pretty much just the beginning of the second game. But anyways, once you've done more parkour, you'll be at the second area with these floating blocks, and you're just going to want to fall over there like I did, but not so close where I almost fell off the platform. Where the other part of the, I'm not sure what to call it, the other part of the red floor was, that's where you're going to want to drop. Because then you'll land, pretty nicely on top of the, I think there's a big pipe. Anyways, off the pipe, you're going to want to jump onto this bridge, and at the end of the bridge, there will be some small hidden platforms, and they do get wider as you go. So just keep that in mind, just so you don't accidentally, fall off. Okay, and finally, now that you are here, you can see Red Robin down there, but you just want to jump over him or jump onto the gray part, whatever you want to call it. But pretty much, once you get over Red Robin, just keep on walking, and you're going to want to drop onto a smaller version of what you're on right now. Pretty much, there's not much else to say. Just follow what I do and follow where I go. And there might be a few things to talk about, but otherwise, that's it. And before I let the music play, you want to investigate a silver-ish, it's like a silverish gray box, like that. You want to look around it, so it's that box right there, and once you finish looking around it, you'll see a little drop part, and when you drop down there, you will be in SOS, and behind you will be the, like, I'm not sure what it's called, the food area, but inside the food area, there will be another orb, and you will have 3 out of the 7 orbs. And to get out of here, just jump off of the food area, and you'll be able to do it. You don't need to go in and investigate this part of SOS. The exit's the same as the last time. Just jump up on this bed and take this long bridge to the very end of it. And I'm pretty sure that's Commando Bear on it, but it's fine. So there is invisible floor. You will not fall through, so do not doubt yourself. And there is this floor, like I was talking about earlier, how those black pieces, I was saying how they were actually there this time. This time, they are not there, so just going to want to do the same parkour. And this time, be careful as well, because since you're very, very far in, it could be super risky, and you still hit your head on top of the roof, so just be very careful about that. So this is what I'm talking about with the mystic body, and you have to drop down and click the orb, and it's pretty hidden, but it's also very easy to get to. So there's another open checkered floor right there. You don't need to take that one. So just go to what looks like the dead end over here, this area. So just take this and do a little maneuver around here and fall down, and you will be at Fred's Maze. Yeah, Fred's Maze. Welcome to Fred's Maze. So just pretty much watch what I do. It's not too complicated, but still it's just good to know. So now that you are in the barn, you are gonna find this easy blue orb again, just like the last one, super easy to find. And once you're up top, I'm just giving this as a tip, when you're on top of the grass up there, you'll be able to see the barn and just go in there. There's only one, so don't get confused. And here is the drawing of atrocity, again, like from the checkered room. So there's the Bald Martin Bridge, so just go over the Bald Martin Bridge, and make sure to jump on top of these beds. There's like nothing to hold you up there. That's invisible, and there's nothing that's gonna hold you up there, so you have to obby parkour this like a pro, and just pretty much get to that same door as last time, but do not fall. I fell on this part, and it really just made me mad, so like, you just want to go in here, go through the sign name, and this is where the actual pool ball is. That is an orb. So I missed it in this recording, and I will come back right now, just over here. So remember, just jump down and don't fall through the floor. And then this time I'll collect the pool ball that is an actual orb. So I'll show you right over here, this dark blue one, darker than the other one. Click that, and then you will have an orb. And yeah, you'll be good to go. Okay, now just drop down this hole and you'll be good. This orb is super duper easy. There'll be like a bridge. You just want to fall in the middle of the bridge. So just fall down and you'll be over here. More invisible, tricky ground, so don't get scared. And you gotta get up on this roof, okay? So go on the small tree and then get on the big tree and then you'll be on the roof. So that's really good. And then from here, you're just gonna want to find another one of those tree places, but this one has grass. And it's on the other side. Yeah, so over here, and one of the trees actually is a giant orb. Yeah, right here, this big one. So that is a big fat orb. So now you have all 7 of the orbs. And to get back, you actually need to reset, which does not seem very ethical, but when you reset, you're going to be teleported back to the spawn, and at the spawn there is a long bridge from the back that spawns there because you got all 7 of the orbs. And at the end of the bridge there's a few islands, and there's some spobs with the deleted Roblox face, and then there's green-haired granny, and I think that's a grandma, I'm not sure. But there's these invisible tiles, so just make sure you watch yourself and go over them. And over here, you're just going to want to look out. I went to the top of the plank and ended up over here on top of these metal things. But below this metal island with all those weird cubes is actually where you're going to be able to claim your badge. So just jump right down here on this island, and then, yeah, this pink token is your badge. So there you go. You have the archived kill effect. Super sick. Now, the third and final game. This is where it gets actually pretty tricky and difficult. So just do the same thing as last time. Just do that jump. And then pretty much it's the same location of the orb. So take a left right here. And yeah, this gross sludge orb that I don't really like. There you go, 1 out of the 7 orbs, so 6 more to go. Do the same thing, jump through that air pocket to system crypt, and then you're going to want to just take the risky method back up to the ladder. So, yeah, so don't fall like I did. Get back up here, and then go up here, and then there'll be the big fat orb. Pretty fat orb, but it says something is different in the back, so just watch yourself, okay? And then you're going to want to drop down here, and then just do the same parkour as last time, but there is nothing to hold you up. And when you're done the parkour, make sure you go into that green lab area and go over to this green crawling guy, right? Once you get out of the lab area. So just try and follow what I do. And also at the same time, the orb is not over here like in the first game it was. So yeah, it's not over there. So go back to the green guy and make your way over to this giant gap. And this time at the gap, you're gonna have to parkour like a pro. So might be like a little difficult to get over to the area because also the yeah, like I was about to say, all those slanted walls actually let you slip down. So if you slip, like I slipped a few times, you'll slip and you'll fall and there's nothing to catch you. So you have to be super careful, or else you're gonna fall and you're gonna have to restart it all. So you might have to wall hop from left to right, like left, like a frog, to right over there. And then you got that over there. And then there's the lab I was talking about. So if you make it there, you'd have to go around, go to the green guy. And pretty much on this torch, you're just going to want to stay on this wall. This one's super slippery. And try and get over to that side. There. You can also see a giant rainbow thingy. I'll tell you what that is later, but it's right up ahead. So pretty much that rainbow thingy right up ahead is actually a giant slide down 99999 nostalgia slide. Remember those ones where you'd have the MLG box and slide down? Well, that's what this is. So you're just going to want to jump down, and you're going to be falling through the air for quite a bit. And you'll smash your head open into System Crypt. And I just want to say really quick, when you're jumping up, those pink boxes up there, that's where you want to go. In the recording, I didn't go up there till after a while. But this is also a very hard part up here. So now you're on the side of System Crypt. Just walk over, and I'm sorry if it's bright. Like, I didn't make the game. Go get mad at excruciatingly, but go over here and just walk normally. It seems nice, but this is where it gets super hard. Also, by the way, this is not an orb. So just try and take your way up to the top of here by, like, I'm pretty sure it's a bug. Yeah, abusing a Roblox bug. Just you'll see. Yeah, so you pretty much need to walk like that and then clip around the corner. And with that corner, like, I failed there, but after a while you'll get it, and you need to clip onto that small ledge, and then you'll be able to go up. But then, when you're done that, just keep crawling up, and then you'll be at the top, which is Subtle Shuttle again. So, there is no orb by the moon this time. You're just going to want to exit the green area, and you're probably going to remember where it all is because of last time. You probably explored. But this time, the orb is over right outside of the shelf. So, that's it. 3 out of the 7 orbs with 4 left to go. So now at this part in the blue area of it, you're going to want to jump over to the other side because the floor in this blue area of it, of subtle shuttle, is going to be gone. So at the part of the, like, where it's like missing the floor, you're going to want to jump at the very, very end. And you'll land on this weird structure, and to the far right of the structure, on the second lowest level in the green area, is the fat orb. All these orbs are fat, but it's easier to click. So when you actually are going back up, you will see a blue, like, just saying, what should I call it? Like, I'll just say it's a bridge. Yeah, a blue bridge, but it's like sprouting out from a pillar. So pretty much just find your way over to the pillar. Like right now, I'm on the second floor, you could call it. That's why I was talking about the green part was like the lower level. But you're just going to want to go right down to the bottom of this blue area, and you will be on these little islands. There's nothing over here right now until later, so you're just going to need to parkour like a pro yet again. Here is Yorick's door. I don't know if that really matters, but... Okay, Orb 5, Islands. Okay, yes, let's go. So, these islands, don't worry, this radioactive stuff won't kill you. These islands are pretty weird, but it's hidden. So, go on top of the crate that's built, the barrel, and then jump up here. And then you're just going to want to take that pipe going from this island to the next. Just run over there. And now, this time, also, yeah, be sure to leave a like and follow for more daily updates. That'd be pretty sick, but anyways, the blue orb is hidden behind this tree right over there. So, don't go up here like I did in the original recording. You're gonna want to go over to that weird decaying island with, like, some sort of portal. Oh, shoot. Wait, that's a nether portal. Okay, anyways, so click another big fat orb, and now you've got 5 out of the 7 orbs. You're so close already. Oh my goodness. You're wrong, okay? I'm sorry. This is the hardest part coming up. After, like, these 2 parts are the hardest parts out of the entire, like, out of the 3 games. These are the hardest parts. And there's also the, like, invisible tiles over here. I don't know if you can see them, but I'm just moving my camera around. So... just get onto this island over here with the green-haired granny. It might not be a granny, I don't even know. But there's an island below that with the spobs. Go down there and they have their cat, and there's a blue bridge. So, blue bridge is a good sign. So, there's a courtyard over here, and there's no floor to hold you up, so just be careful of that. There is this, but anything that's blue that kind of looks like water over there, that won't hold you up. And this border around it, you're just going to want to take that over to the back, and there will be a tower. And you're just going to try and climb it like how I do. This took me a ton of attempts to do, but just try your best to mock how I do it, so you can maybe be able to do it. I hope you can, because this took me 2 hours, this single tower. And I'm not even going to talk about the last part. The next part after this is pretty easy though. So. Okay, now you are at the Hermit Hideaway. Orb 6, this one's easy. This one, they probably made it like that for, like, take a break, you know what I'm saying? So, this one, you just pretty much walk into here and go to the bottom of the place. And it's easy, there's, like, staircases and everything, and there will be an orb at the bottom ready for you. So, take these ropes if you'd like, or you could just jump down. I'm just gonna jump down. When you're at the bottom, just jump off of this corner, you'll be at the mine, and then there will be the orb gift. So, take the orb, and then to get back up, use the rope, like I said earlier. You're also at 6 out of 7 total orbs, so you're just 1 away, you're good. And this is the last part. this part I dread. I hate it so much. I was luckily able to do it, but after a ton of tries and a broken monitor, actually. So, yeah, I don't really have any footage of me doing it because that would be for 2 hours of just one, 2 hours of just one work, you know? So, just try and mock a, method I do kind of like this. I'm not really sure what else to say, but this part is pretty, skill-based about how good you are at maneuvering your character. There are some things, since it's so tilted, you can stand on the walls like that. But in the end, you'll be able to jump off over to this dirt over the side. So, when you're done over there, jump over here, and there will be some, gates, and that is actually a cemetery for the dead. So, you're going to want to go into there, and at the very end of the cemetery, there is the final orb. So glad it's finally over. So now, with the final orb, you have all 7 out of the 7 orbs. So you're just going to want to go all the way back up to the top. And then, once you're at the top over here, I don't mean the top of the entire thing. I mean, just the top of where you kind of saw the graveyard gates. You'll be at this courtyard, sort of like the last one. And you're just going to want to maneuver around. You can just watch how I do it. Now you are at the top, and my favorite part, the pumpkin sinister bridge, the sinister V bridge. And the moment you've been waiting for, the end, haunted mansion. Don't go in the doors. This is the last part. This part, it's not hard. It's just, you're probably going to be very nervous doing it, so just climb up on the rail, and there's no shift lock, and it's just trust yourself, okay? I had to do it. I did it first try. Go first person and just make the jump. I even twisted a bit in the sky, and I still made it, so if you go straight, you'll be able to do it. And now that you're over here, just go over to the left and just do some parkour over the window, the door. Get over up here on the window again, and then up top of here, and then there will be the blue path leading over to the one, the only, the badge. Taken you hours, and I know it has, don't lie. So, you'll be over here. You will get your badge. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, this is a 40-minute long video, my longest video ever. But this video, just getting the footage took me 4 hours to do, and editing it took me another 4 hours. Thank you guys so much once again for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Good luck getting this badge. This thing is pretty difficult.